Hi, welcome to the Restaurant Show. I'm Justin Riley. Stick around with us today because we've got a great show with some great local food coming up. We'll be joined by David from Melted. He's going to show us the Cadillac of grilled cheese. We'll also be joined by Brooke from Mocha. She's going to be talking about the great variety of coffees they have available fast and ready to go at Mocha. And we'll be joined by our good friend Matt from Granite City Food and Brewery. He's got a couple of really great recipes he's going to share with us. It's all coming up right here on the Restaurant Show, where you can skip the rest and enjoy the best. We'll tell you where to eat right here on the Restaurant Show.
This episode of the Restaurant Show brought to you by AccuClimb Mechanical Services.
Hey folks, welcome back to the Restaurant Show. With me now is Matt Betchart from Granite City Food and Brewery. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Awesome. So we're making ponzu glazed salmon today.
That's right.
Let's get started. Let's jump right in.
Well, we're going to start with a piece of Atlantic salmon here, and I'm just going to season it with our special fish seasoning here. It's just got some nice spices in that. That'll give it a nice crust on the outside.
Okay.
And I've got a nice hot pan here. We're going to start it out and just place it right into that oil there.
There we go.
And we'll get that cooking.
Okay, cool.
And we'll talk a little bit about kind of the dish itself.
Sure, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about beer, because after all, this is Granite City Food and Brewery. So what beers pair well with this dish?
Well, today I brought the Prairie Vixen, which is our Hefeweizen.
That sounds interesting. Prairie Vixen.
Yeah, so it's one of our staple beers. Pairs real nice with seafood dishes.
Okay.
And it's got kind of some hints of bubblegum, clove. And then it's got a little bit of a citrus tone as well. So there's also a little bit of banana flavors that you'll pick up on it. So it's a really unique beer, and it's going to go great with the different flavors of this ponzu salmon.
Yeah.
So of course we're starting out with the salmon there.
Sure. Yeah.
And then we're going to go ahead and just get this cooking here.
Okay. All right.
And you'll see, so I brought two dishes here. We'll also be doing the pulled pork waffle.
I'm excited to see that, because the pork and waffles, you don't think that those go well together, but I bet you Matt has a way of making them go well together.
Well, what's kind of unique is a lot of the dishes you'll see in a brewery like ours, we actually cook with the beer.
Okay.
And so I brought one that we're actually cooking with the beer, and that's going to be the waffle where we braise the pork in our batch 1000. This one here is actually going to be where it's best just drinking the beer along with the dish.
Sure,
so it's kind of unique like that. So anyway, I've got that salmon cooking. We flipped it over here, and I brought with us this ponzu glaze, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and add this right now, and we're going to kind of deglaze the pan with that.
Sure. So what's in the ponzu glaze?
So the ponzu glaze is kind of like a citrus soy sauce, if you will. So we have citrus in there, lemon juice, orange juice, some soy sauce, brown sugar, garlic, ginger, so that's going to give it the Asian flair, if you will. It really complements the salmon well. And of course, with that sugar in it, we're going to just reduce it down and kind of caramelize it, and get it to become a little bit of a syrup or a glaze, if you will.
Ooh, excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
So is that something, do you have to flip it again to make sure the glaze gets on both sides?
Well, what we're going to do is we're kind of, we've got the glaze reducing down, thickening up there. I'm going to pull the salmon out, reserve the glaze, and then at the end, we're going to just pour that glaze over top. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so that goes on at the end. I can already see that it's getting thicker. It's fantastic.
So.
One of the things I wanted to ask you while that is cooking yet is you guys have a great Sunday brunch from 9 to 2 p.m.
Yes,
What day of the week is that at? That's good.
Every Sunday, and we've been doing it for years, and still people haven't quite found the magic secret of our brunch, but it is delicious, and it's just $14.95. It's all you can eat. There's carved prime rib, made to order omelets, all kinds of great stuff. You'll never go wrong coming in and joining us for Sunday.
So load
Sunday
up,
brunch.
folks. Go into Granite City and load up.
There you go.
All right.
So here you've got that glaze, and we're just going to kind of top that across the salmon there, and set that aside. And in the meantime now, we're going to get our veggies going. It's going to be served with this. And this is like a stir-fried vegetable.
Sure.
It's going to start off with a little bit of oil.
All right.
So we're going to get that going. We're going to add some shiitake mushrooms.
All right, cool.
And then our vegetables here, and this is a mixture of some julienne vegetables. It's really nice. There's zucchini and squash and carrots, some green beans, and then broccolini.
Broccolini, gotta have the broccolini.
That is right. So we're gonna get that going.
Okay, great.
In the meantime, what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna build this pulled pork waffle.
All right, yeah, show us. I'm so excited to see this. So this is a waffle, obviously you made ahead of time.
I did, and this is a jalapeno corn waffle. So it's kind of a standard waffle batter. It's got jalapenos and corn in it.
Wow,
So it's got a little bit of spice, and then we're going to take our batch 1000, which is our double IPA braised pork. So we have the braised pork that I've already shredded up. It's been cooked for hours with our double IPA, so it's got a lot of great flavors.
Okay, all right.
And so I'm just going to stack this up.
Now, when you say braised pork, how do you actually braise the pork?
Well, we take it and literally surround it by beer and then just slow cook it for a number of hours.
Slow cooked
until it's fall apart tender.
Sure, all right.
Actually, Taki's going for the salmon.
There you go.
And then I'm going to top it with our homemade barbecue sauce.
Ooh, wow.
And so we're going to get that just going all over the
on
place.
a waffle. Look at
Yeah,
this.
and then
It's unbelievable.
we've got some nice crispy fried onion straws.
Yeah.
Which we're going to do right on top, just like that, and they can just kind of fall apart all over the place.
Is this? I'm just so fascinated by the fact that you've got meat on a waffle. Is that something? Is that a Granite City concoction? Or is
Well,
that
I've
something
seen it
that's-
before, but
Okay.
it is something that's quite unique.
Okay.
We're going to serve it with some coleslaw,
Okay.
and then also some of our waffle fries, which are absolutely delicious.
Now, folks, this is a great-looking, very unique meal. You know it's going to taste good, and you know it's going to leave you feeling full, which is what we want, right? So
That's the
awesome.
truth. And now this one actually pairs with our Oktoberfest.
Okay.
And so I did bring that. Just the last minute here, we're going to throw in our vegetables
There we go.
and just give those a nice quick saute. We'll give them a little toss.
Okay. And this is what goes along with the salmon, then. You said
That's
this with
correct.
The salmon.
Yep. So the salmon's served with a sticky rice. The sticky rice is just seasoned with a little bit of mirin, which is rice vinegar.
Sure.
And to these vegetables, we're going to add some of our Asian glaze, which is very simple glaze of hoisin sauce and a little siracha.
Okay.
And so if you can see, that is really coming together nicely.
Would you ever let me do that?
Hey, you know, if you'd like to try it, we'd be more than happy.
The ratings might go up, but the food's going down. So we'll,
There you go. So we're going to just add this right to our bowl here.
wow.
Just like that. I am going to then season the rice with just a little black sesame.
Very good.
That's going to look real nice on it. I've got our salmon hiding out over here.
Okay.
And so we're going to just
wow.
drop the salmon on there and garnish it. So a couple red peppers and a little bit of our green,
And the salmon's still really nice
green
and tender
onions there.
Yeah.
So that is the dish.
Well, if you are hungry, head on down to Granite City Food and Brewery. You'll leave with a full belly of really great food. Matt, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, it's always a pleasure.
Too bad you can't stick around during the commercial break, because I'm going to be enjoying this. But don't go away. There's more Restaurant Show coming up right after the break. Coming up next on the Restaurant Show, coffee that is hot and ready to drink with mocha. Welcome back to the Restaurant Show. With me now is Brooke Klug from Mocha Coffee. Welcome, Brooke.
Thank you, Justin.
How are you today?
Not too bad.
Hey, you feeling pretty good? Are you buzzing from the coffee yet?
I am always fully caffeinated.
Always fully caffeinated. All right, well,
Yes.
we're going to talk coffee today, in case you haven't figured that out. And one of the things that I think is really pretty neat about Mocha is that you have these to-go boxes.
Yes.
People think of wine in a box. You guys have coffee in a box.
Oh, definitely.
So when is the best time? I mean, when would people want to order one of these boxes of coffee? Because, I mean, it's fully, it's hot. It's ready to go.
It's hot, ready to go. I mean, when I look at the best time to order coffee, all the time. But I think also when you have a meeting, you have a party coming up, you've got people coming over for the weekend and you're not prepared for brunch and I don't have enough coffee, we've got it ready to go.
Right.
Any of our brew boxes actually come with cups, creams, and sugars. So even if you don't have them at home, they're available as well.
That's fantastic, and I think that's great because my wife, I drink all the coffee in the house, my wife does not, so we have a really small coffee maker. So if we're ever hosting guests or anything like that, it's hard for me to say, hey, let me make you a cup of coffee, 1 cup at a time.
Right.
So this is kind of nice, you get to have something that's already ready to go.
Exactly, and it stays hot for over an hour. So it's something too, even if you call ahead, you can have it ready, you can make it through traffic, home, and it's still gonna be hot.
It's still gonna be hot, steaming when it comes out. So,
exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the products that you serve at Mocha.
Yeah, definitely. We serve a wide array of coffee, espresso, and tea beverages. We focus a lot on the espresso side of things because coffee is coffee these days.
Oh, of course.
And we do have one of our signature drinks is a black and white mocha, and that's going to be white chocolate sauce, espresso, our Ghirardelli chocolate milk, and whipped cream on top. It is the fancy adult hot chocolate, is what I like to think of it, but it also has that extra espresso in there for a good kick in the morning. But our products are very versatile. They can serve anything from a coffee to an espresso drink to a smoothie if you've got kids in the car too.
Awesome.
So,
Very cool. Do you think you'd be able to pour a cup of coffee for us today?
Afternoon coffee is perfect.
Of course.
Yeah, so what it would come with cups, creams, and sugars, like I
Okay.
said, and it's just specific based off of the customer's needs.
Sure.
I recommend the Jamaican because it has a hint of maple, but otherwise we do have a house roast and then a French roast as well.
Okay.
Decaf options are available.
Okay. Ooh, it's decaf.
I know. Placebo effect, tell your friends.
Right.
But yeah.
All right.
So as you can see, still steaming hot, and I think this was even brewed about 15 minutes before I came.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow. That's amazing because, the box feels warm, but it doesn't feel like hot to the touch. So, but this is still, you can see this.
Yeah.
This is still steam coming off of that. That's fantastic.
Oh, definitely.
All right. So, do you guys roast your own beans, and can you buy the beans at the store?
Yeah, we actually have a local roaster, well, not actually local, but a roastery close to our heart,
Okay.
Land Grove Roastery out of Troy, Idaho,
Okay.
who roasts all of our coffee, and you are
Awesome.
able to purchase any of our beans at the store, either whole bean or ground.
Okay. And you can choose how fine you want things ground and everything?
Oh yeah, if you've got a French press at home, we can make it coarse. If you'd like to have an espresso ground for your own espresso machine, we can do that as well.
Awesome. Do you make different types of coffee like that? Like pour over or French press or anything like that?
I do, just because I want to be able to say I've tried a little bit of everything to give the best recommendations. But I think coffee's great anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So, talk to us a little bit about your locations. Where are you located?
Yeah, we are actually located more in the Midwest. We have 5 locations currently, always looking to expand. And then we have 2 here in Madison.
Okay.
So we have one on East Washington Avenue. We also have one on University Avenue as well.
Okay. So 5 total, 2 in Madison.
Yes,
Wow.
2 in Madison, 1 La Crosse, and 2 in Rochester.
Okay. All right. So you're all around the Midwest. Where did you guys start?
We actually started in the Rochester locations
Okay.
and kept slowly expanding. So.
Okay. And you're looking to expand.
Oh, definitely. We are in good composure as to get another location in La Crosse.
Okay.
Because it is a great area for us as well as it's a continued growing populated area.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you feel sets you apart from other local coffee shops?
Yeah, I think based on our core philosophies is great customer service, speed, and then good quality products. We also are a drive-through focused company.
Okay.
So each location that we have has drive-through, if not 2 drive-throughs. Our East Washington location here in Madison has 2 drive-throughs and a lobby.
Two drive-throughs.
Yes, so you can come in either which way you're coming from.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about this hydro flask. I'm curious we haven't talked about this yet.
Yeah, so our hydro flasks, and this is our 32-ounce hydro flask. We do sell these at our store in another 16-ounce as well. Looking at holiday season, we're going to have a 12-ounce mug in also.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
they can keep your coffee hot for over 12 hours. They can keep it cold for over 24 hours. We want to make sure you have coffee great at any time of day.
Right. And it's not great unless it's either really hot or really cold.
Oh,
It's one
exactly.
of those
I'm an
things.
iced coffee person myself, and I will make sure that it's cold on my first drink.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk to me just a little bit. We've got a little over a minute left here.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about the atmosphere. What can people expect if they want to go? And
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is there a place for people to sit and read the newspaper and that sort of thing?
Yeah, both of our Madison locations actually have seating areas. So they have a lobby to sit down. If you like to enjoy your coffee, take a seat. We also have, like I said, the drive-through focus as well. We want to make sure that no matter where you're going, we're going to get you there fast.
Sure.
And have a coffee in hand.
Right.
The overall experience, we want to be very upbeat because like we like to think that your morning starts kind of blah and then continually can either get better or you can have a really rough day.
Right.
So we want to make sure that the coffee helps you start your day on the right foot.
Absolutely. Coffee can help you start your day on the
Yes.
right foot. How did you get into this business?
Yeah, I actually, I'm a very early bird kind of gal myself, and I love coffee. So when I was entertained with the idea as a manager, I thought this is a great opportunity to not only drink the product that I love, but be a part of the business as well.
Awesome. Well, hey, I will drink to that.
Yes,
And I'll raise
you.
my glass. And this has been Brooke Klug from Mocha Coffee. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you, Justin.
2 locations in Madison. Go and check them out. If you're in a hurry in the morning, stop on by. They'll get you in. They'll get you out. through the drive-thru.
Oh, yes.
And you'll have your cup of coffee and you'll be on your way and oh, boy, this smells good. Don't go away, there's more restaurant show coming up right after the break. Stick around. Coming up next on the restaurant show, the Cadillac of grilled cheeses with Melted. Welcome back to the restaurant show. I'm so pleased to have our next guest with us. This is David Rodriguez from Melted. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us today. So Melted, for those of us who don't know, if you've never been to downtown Madison during the week, you guys are a food cart and you are down on the square right next to Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Is that correct?
More or less, we're right off the square on Martin Luther King Jr. Yep.
Okay, right off the square. Okay,
Yes.
great. And what are you going to be making for us first today?
The first sandwich we're going to make is probably my most popular. It's called the Southwestern Bacon.
Okay.
All of our sandwiches are made on Madison sourdough bread. And then it's got Newski's bacon, Roth case sharp cheddar cheese,
Sure.
house-made chipotle aioli, and then just a drizzle of ranch dressing.
Local, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
So
Oh,
let's
and then
get
there's a slice of tomato on there too.
Excellent. Let's get started with
Absolutely.
that. So now this is Madison sourdough, and then you just butter it on one side, right?
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Slice the cheese on each half.
The Southwestern bacon. So who typically is ordering this sandwich?
Everyone. And that's
I guess
the
I
truth.
need to be ordering it then.
The Southwestern bacon accounts for probably 40% of my annual sales.
No
so
kidding.
I sell a lot of them.
Wow.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of them. So.
I'm curious to know, when you were first starting out and you kind of had your menu ideas, did you think that was going to be the most popular? Did you think that was going to be 40% of your sales?
You know, I had an inkling. It's got the word bacon in it.
Of course.
And some people, I think, don't even they see the word bacon and the rest of the menu doesn't matter anymore.
Right. Do you put that first then, or do you?
It
let
is
people
first on the
scan it
menu.
First? Okay.
It's first right at the top.
Okay.
That probably helps.
You said you sell thousands and thousands annually.
Something like 15,000 of these last year.
I was thinking like 15,000.
15,000.
And you're open how many days a week?
5 days a week through the summer, but we also do music festivals where we'll see,
Oh my God.
1,500 people.
So you're selling hundreds a day, it sounds like.
Well, in the summer, yeah, it can be. Certainly on the weekend.
Wow, amazing. So this is your process. You let it cook for a little while, let it get melted essentially, and then you add the bacon once it's hot, and then kind of flip it over. Is that how we put that together?
Absolutely. So the bacon's cooking right next to the sandwich. The bread's crisping up.
Okay.
The beautiful thing about the Madison sourdough bread is it's perfect in that, well, to be scientific, the sugar content is just right, where the bread doesn't burn too fast, it doesn't cook
Right.
too fast. It gives the cheese enough time to melt,
Sure.
which is perfect for me because I want it to be nice and crispy and brown on the outside with melted
Right.
cheese and like soft bread on the inside. So
Yeah. And I was looking on your website. You guys are the Cadillac of grilled cheese.
yeah, that's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is a great saying. I love it.
It hit me one day and I just did it. So.
Yeah, good for you guys. Good for you guys. So, do you talk to us a little bit about catering? Are you doing any catering right now?
Absolutely. Through the summer, we do weddings and all sorts of catering. The catering I'm kind of moving into now is where you could place an order for your office meeting or something smaller than a wedding.
Sure.
And we would make it and deliver it to you. So
Sure. Okay.
that's something that we've done it a couple times. We've done catering actually. I have a friend of mine who owns a bakery that's
Okay.
right over near your studio here.
Okay.
And we've come out and catered for his staff,
Okay.
where I'll come and I'll bring a griddle and cook for them.
Oh, so you do some on-site cooking,
Absolutely.
but then you also do some, order it, make it, and then deliver.
That's right. We have a food truck that's being built,
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about that.
and it's being built out of a retro motorhome that I found up north on the side of the road.
On the side of the road. Okay.
Yes, it's at a company called Cage Crow Fabrication.
Okay.
They've built a lot of the food carts you see around Madison.
Okay.
They're doing my food truck, and we'll use it for melted for larger events. We'll
Okay.
use it if you wanted us to come out to cater your weddings of say 200 people, and you wanted something a little bit more high end than grilled sandwiches.
Sure.
We would be able to do that. It's going to have a full commercial kitchen inside of it.
So for that, you can, people can work with you and kind of at least give some suggestions or ideas of what they want. It doesn't have to be like, here's what's on the menu. And
it's more like you would think of if you were to go to a high-end restaurant and have them cater your menu.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
We'll be able to do everything. The other thing that we're going to do out of there is pop-up dinners. Myself or other local chefs cooking a 4-course dinner for 75 people. You buy tickets. We set up tables at, say, Olin Park overlooking the skyline.
Yeah.
And then put out a beautiful meal for you. So
excellent. Was this about ready?
This one is just about ready.
I'm getting hungry here.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
All right, cool. Why don't we put the next one on right away? We just have a couple minutes left here. But I'm gonna definitely try this, but I'll wait till you are, do you want me to just eat it like this, or do you cut it ahead of time?
I'll cut it in half for you.
All right, that sounds good. I'm just jonesing for this grilled cheese.
You and everyone else, my friend.
Right. So you guys also do lots of music festivals and events. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? You do a lot of music festivals and events. Talk to us about some of the ones that you've done this past season.
This year was my biggest year so far for music festivals. We did La Fête de Marquette. We did
We were there for that.
Atwood Fest, the Willie Street Fair. We did a large music festival in Eau Claire. It's called Eau Claire's. That was probably our biggest one.
Okay.
And then we did the Taste of Madison, which is kind of a music festival. It is another very large event. And then we're working on kind of moving in that direction for next year to do more and more of those outside of Madison and possibly even outside of the state. So.
All right, very cool, very cool. Well, we're just about out of time here, so can we kind of get an idea of what that looks like? Can you plate that up for us?
Absolutely.
There we go. It's a nice looking sandwich. And so is this kind of like your number 2 in terms of how many you sell?
I wouldn't say that's the case, but the people who order it love it. It's for a specific customer.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to give that a try. It's coming right up here. Head on down to the square, right off the square, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, Melted. This is David Rodriguez. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure having you. Don't go away. There's more Restaurant Show coming up after the break. Thanks so much for joining me here today on the Restaurant Show. I hope that when you're out and about looking for a place to eat or at the grocery store, you'll consider any one of these fantastic locally owned businesses. That's all the time we have for today on the Restaurant Show. This is Justin Riley reminding you that life is too short to eat average.
This episode of The Restaurant Show brought to you by AccuClimb Mechanical Services.